right, this will be a short practice that's going to focus in on the low back and also the shoulders. You'll need a yoga strap or a belt. You'll also need a blanket or a big beach towel. Okay, so I have a small roll going there on this blanket. We'll start there. You can always take it up a little bit higher if you needed to. We're going to make some space up in the chest, okay? So we're going to bend the knees, place the feet on the ground, and make your way on back onto that roll. The roll's going to be right underneath your shoulder blades. So you may need to scoot yourself up. Scoot yourself back a little more, Frank. Way back. So underneath your chest a little bit more. A little bit more. Then let your chest open, let your shoulders release down. Keep your knees bent for now. Palms turned up so that we're further opening up through the chest. Are you noticing any tension up in your shoulders and your neck? If you are, take your arms a little wider. Let the chest open a little more. Yeah, good. And then turn your head to the right side and then to the left, and then find a nice, comfortable, neutral position. Okay? So this is just a nice, gentle, mild chest opening pose. Now we can start to extend the legs forward one at a time. Go slowly. And we'll start to focus in on the breath here. So taking the breath into the belly, expanding, and then when you exhale, softening. And letting the shoulders melt and drop down into the mat. So inhaling, filling up through the belly. Softening the neck and shoulders as you exhale, loosening the jaw, letting go of any clenching there. Take a few more moments and start to take in even and equal inhales and exhales. And this will form a nice pattern and rhythm of your breath. So you can take time, but if you're ready, you can spend a little more time here, but since this is a short practice, we'll cut it a little bit short here, the breath. But you'll maintain that steady breath throughout the whole practice. Breathing in through the nose and out of the nose, sealing your lips gently. Place your feet down on solid ground, so bending your knees again. Okay? Open up your feet a little bit wider. And windshield wipe the knees gently from one side to the other. Nice and slow movement. Since we are going to be working in the lower back, just want to loosen it up a little bit. Get a little bit of movement going. All right. Let's come on to either right or left side of your body. You can come on to your left side, Frank. Make your way up slowly to seated. Move the blanket out of your way. Then you're going to come flat onto your back slowly. Flat onto your back, knees are bent, ankles under knees. Feet are hips width, knees are hips width distance here. Bring your palms forward into your thighs for some pelvic tilts. Your hips will not leave the ground here. You're just going to tilt your pelvis forward and back. Okay? So take your time like you're arching your back. There's a little space between your low back and the ground, and then you're pressing your low back into the floor. Just getting a little movement in your pelvis, forward and back. That's it. Press into your thighs. There you go. Yes. A few more times, just prepping the body, the pelvis, the hips, and the low back. Hips are not leaving the floor in this pose. Good, and this is a good starting off point for where we're going next. Okay, bring your arms down beside your body, press your palms down firmly, and keep the chest open, shoulders released, head stays in neutral. Press down into your feet, engage your legs, coming up into a bridge pose. Slowly coming down, as if you're coming down softly onto a cloud. Good, press down into your feet, lift your hips. Exhale, soften back down. Take your time with this movement. A little flow, bridge poses. Now, feel free to add on some arm movements. So gently lift your hips as you reach the arms back. Slowly release your arms down as you set your hips back down. Straight arms reaching up and back, lifting the hips. Slowly coming back down. Good, just a couple more. And then slowly coming back down. Beautiful. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice tight hug. This is a good stretch for the low back. Rocking it out from side to side if that feels nice. Good, loosen your grip. You're going to take the knees over to the right side for a gentle twist. So knees come over to the right. Reach out to the left with your left palm. Reach to your fingertips. Turn your gaze over to those fingertips if that feels good in your body. Keeping the chest open. Avoiding a back bend here. So really we'll want to lengthen through the spine. Reaching out through the crown of the head. And just taking a gentle twist. Good, let's take one more breath here. And then come onto the backs very slowly. Come onto the back and very slowly transition to the other side. Knees over to the left. Reaching the right fingertips out to the right side. Breathing here. Lengthen through your inhale. Soften with your exhale. Good. Just a few more breaths here in your gentle twist. Good. Inhale in. Soften on your exhale. One more breath. In and out of the nose. Come on to the back. Knees into chest. Very slowly rock up and down the length of your spine. That's all right in your neck and your spine. Rock yourself up to seated, and slowly let's transition into a tabletop position. You can use that blanket or beach towel underneath your knees. We need a little extra padding. So hands and wrists under shoulders, spread your 10 fingers wide, knees under hips, neutral spine. As you inhale, arch the spine, hips lift, chest pulls forward. As you exhale, chin to chest, tuck your pelvis under. So a few rounds of these cat-cow stretches is exaggerating the arch in your spine, exaggerating the roundness, getting some movement in your spine, loosening up some of those tight and tense spots in your back body. Nice. One more round here. Movement with the breath. Nice. Good. Come to neutral once again, drawing the navel in towards spine, nice flat back. And you're going to come into a gentle twist here with the upper body. So you're going to reach out with your right hand. Bring your right hand to your sacrum, the base of your spine. Turn your torso, turn your gaze to the right side and open through your chest. Nice. Keeping those hips and pelvis in neutral. Good. Taking a nice deep breath. If this ever strains your neck, you can always look down at your mat. One more breath here. Good. Reach out to the right side. Threading the needle, taking the right arm underneath the left, setting shoulder down and the head down slowly. Walking the left fingertips forward so that you straighten out your left arm. It's as though you're looking underneath that left arm. You're breathing into the mid-back. You can close off the eyes. Just take a couple relaxed, calm breaths here. Threading the needle. Sliding your left palm back underneath your shoulder. Slowly press into that left hand. Bring yourself back into neutral tabletop. Let's twist in the other direction. Left fingertips reach out to the left side. Flat palm resting on your low back to keep your hips steady in neutral. Take a breath. On your exhale, twist slowly. If it's too much straining your neck, bring it into neutral, head position. Breathe here. Opening through your chest. Calm and easy breath. Never forcing, never pushing yourself too far. Take one more breath. Reach out to the left side, come back to neutral in your torso, and then thread the needle. Take the arm underneath, shoulder comes down gently, head comes down, walk your right fingertips forward. Breathe into that mid-back. Revolve the chest open a little bit more towards the ceiling if you have some space there. If not, again, you're not forcing, you're just breathing. 2 more nice deep breaths here, taking your time, settling in. And 1 more breath. Slide your right palm back under your shoulder for support. Slowly unthread your needle. Come back into neutral table. Child's pose. Big toes touch at the back of your mat. Sink your hips back towards your heels and widen your knees if you need to. Bring your forehead down towards your mat. Walk your 10 fingers forward. Lengthen throughout your entire spine. Take a few deep breaths here in your stretch. Finding the length in the spine. Good. You're going to transition slowly, keeping the hands where they are, spreading the fingers wide, pressing into the mat. Let's tuck the toes under. Let's lift the hips up high for downward facing dog. Hips high. Low belly drawing in, chest back to thighs. In modified version, if you're really tight in your hamstrings, the backs of your legs, bend your knees more. The heels do not have to touch the ground. Take a breath. Take as many steps as you need to walk yourself forward into a forward fold. Forward fold, ragdoll arms. Reach for opposite elbows. Hang your torso, your body weight forward. Modifications, always bend your knees. Make sure that you're not jamming those knees completely straight or forcing anything in your low back or hamstrings. Beautiful sway from side to side if that feels good to release a little bit more in the lower back. And then take a moment, come to stillness in that forward fold. Good. Hands to the ground or hands to shins for a flat back. Lift and lengthen, pull the chest forward. Exhale, folding. Good. Press down into your feet. Mountain pose, coming up slowly. Head, chin last. Extend the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, open the arms. Put a bend in your knees and fold forward. Good. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen sides of the waist. Exhale, deep fold. Nice. Put a bend in your knees, flat palms on the floor. And let's step back to a plank pose. We're modifying today. Modification, knees come down. I'm not working on strengthening here too much. Good. Make your way slowly down by bending your elbows, pointing your elbows back, keeping them hugging in. So really slowly, come all the way flat. You may have to scoot back on your mat. Good. There you go. And then coming into Sphinx pose. So slide your elbows forward, elbows under shoulders. Walk your hands forward. It's like you're propping yourself up on your elbows and forearms. Really a modification on another version of a Cobra pose. It's a little bit different, less strain on your lower back. Nice. Pulling the chest forward, opening up, no strain in the neck. So take an inhale here. Exhale, turn and look around your right shoulder. And inhale back to center, gazing forward. And then turn and look around the left shoulder, releasing any tension in your neck. And then back to center, take a breath here. And then exhale, come to rest, forehead comes down or cheek rests down, slide your hands back. Good. Take a breath here, bring your palms right beside your chest here. Come into a baby cobra, pressing into the mat. And then back to a downward facing dog slowly. Tuck your toes, lift your hips nice and high, push the earth away. hips high. Down dog. Good. I'm going to take as many steps as we need to make our way to the front of the mat, back into a forward fold. Fold in half. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. And keep that length. Bend your knees, fingertips down on the ground for a lunge, stepping back with the left foot. Okay, so step forward with your right foot, step back with your left. There you go. Take a deep breath. Lower your back knee down. Pat it if you need to, untuck your toe. Good. Breathing here. Good. Hands come up to the front, the top of your right thigh. Lift your torso over your hips. Reach up and inhale. When you exhale, bring your hands down to the ground, framing out your right foot for half splits. Take your right heel forward, picking up the right toe. So shimmy it forward. There could be some bend in that knee for a few, most of us are going to be kind of tight in this area. Take a breath and pull your chest and gaze forward. Maybe you're staying here and this is quite enough. If there's a little room to hinge and fold from your hip creases, go ahead and do that. Good, so let's pull the chest forward. Nice long spine. And we'll take one more breath right here. Nice. And then let's rebend the knee, coming back into the lunge. You're tucking your back toes under, lifting your back knee away, and stepping up into forward fold again. Left foot steps up, fold in half. And then inhale, come up halfway and lengthen. Keep that length, but bend your knees and bring your fingertips down to the floor. Right foot steps back for lunge. Nice. Lower your right knee slowly. Untuck your toes. Beautiful. And then bring your hands up to the top of the thigh. Torso over hips. Opening through your chest. Softening through the face. Reaching the arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands come down, framing out your left foot again. Half splits, take your time. Take that left heel forward, shimmy it. Whatever you need to do. There you go. Toes point up. There could be some bend in that front knee if you need it. Lift and lengthen, chest pulls forward, gaze pulls forward. Keeping that length through your spine, if there's room, chest pulling forward, you can hinge and fold a little bit more over the front leg. Just making sure we're just getting a reasonable stretch in the back of the leg. Not pushing ourselves too far. So monitoring our breath is key to know if we've gone too far. Let's take another breath here. Nice, and then rebend your knee coming into lunge. Slowly transition, back knee lifts, stepping up to the front of the mat, forward fold. Good, and then slowly making our way back up to standing, pressing down into the feet, rising up and reaching. Arms come down by the sides of your body. Okay, so here we're gonna work on the cow face arms. We're gonna take the arms out in front of your chest. And then take the right arm up towards the ceiling. Bend your right elbow and walk your hand down your back. Okay, nice. Good. And then take your left fingertips and guide your right elbow back a little bit. Good. Breathing here. Good, just 2 breaths. Make sure you're lifting your chin away from your chest. Nice job. That's it. And we're gonna take this a little bit further. Okay, so release your arms down. We'll do the same side, but reach for your strap now. The strap is gonna help us connect the hands back there. Strap comes into your right hand. And same thing, same side. Okay, so you're gonna bend, right elbow, walk your hand down your back, and then use that strap or your hand towel to connect your hands. This is a really awesome chest opening, shoulder rotation. The request was for some shoulders in this practice, so let's just breathe and soften. This is really helpful for our posture as well. We'll take about 3 breaths here. You can take longer if you have the time. Nice neutral spine. Beautiful, nice. And then let's undo the strap. And let's move to the other side without the strap first. So left arm reaches up. Bend the elbow, walk your hand back. Use your right hand, gently guide your elbow in close towards the ear and back. Open through your chest. Soften your front ribs in towards your body. Tailbone drops down towards the floor. We want a nice neutral spine. And after a few breaths, reach down and grab onto your strap and let's connect our hands. Same thing. So first, left elbow is going to bend. Good. And then we'll connect the right hand back there. So yeah, you can see that opening up through the chest. Nice. Dropping left shoulder away from the ear. Bringing the ribs into the body again. Nice deep breath here. Let's undo, unravel. We're going to come into eagle arms to counter that. Balance that out. So reach the arms out in front of your chest. Right arm underneath the left. Okay. Bending the elbows. Maybe wrapping once or twice around. If your hands don't quite reach, can you model this for me, Frank? You're going to bring the arms into a hug instead. Reach back for opposite shoulder blades. So if the hands don't want to wrap, you can do this modification. Okay, you can come back into your eagle arms if that was working for you. Elbows in line with your shoulders, forearms away from the face to get that stretch through that upper and mid back, right between your shoulder blades. You should be feeling it right there. Is that feeling okay? Good. Nice deep breath here. Let it out, loosen your jaw. If you have a few more moments, stay here for a few more breaths, or if you're ready, let's undo, unravel the arms. Let's do the opposite. Left under the right. Wrapping once or twice around, elbows in line with the shoulders, soften the tops of your shoulders down away from the ears, create space between your face and your forearms. Feel that nice stretch, the broadening of your mid-back. And take some nice, relaxed, calm breaths here. Nice. One more breath here. And when you're ready to unravel, undo the arms. Take the arms, reach them up high, extend, lengthen, and fold in half. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Place your palms down flat, and let's step back into a downward facing dog. Feet step way back, hips lift high, chest presses back. Knees come down very slowly to the mat. Child's pose, stretch the hips back towards the heels. Forehead comes down and melts. Take a nice deep breath here. We're going to make our way slowly up to seated. Transition the legs forward. So take your time coming up. Take the legs forward. Scoot towards center of your mat. You're going to need some space. You're going to need your strap as well. Okay? Okay, so make your way onto your back slowly. Take your time. Once you're on your back, pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. So position yourself on that mat as you need. Take a little rock from side to side. Feet come down to the ground, knees stay bent, right knee to chest. Use the strap now, bring it around the arch of your right foot. So we're going to come into hand to big toe pose here. Modification, we're making our arms longer with the strap. Give yourself quite a bit of looseness on that strap. Yeah, make it loose to start. And then extend the ball of your foot up towards ceiling. Tendency is to try to force this stretch, right? And you'll feel it right away. It'll be more of a pull than a stretch. So back off. Take your right thigh slightly forward away from your face. Nice. And more engagement in the front of the leg to relax the back of the leg. Yes, very nice. That's it. Now stay right here. This could be just where you need to be, or to deepen, you can extend the left leg to straight. Toes point up. That's it. Nice. Just take about 3 breaths here. And don't worry if at first you have to bend that front knee, that right knee, no big deal. Right? Modify if you need. Make that strap a little looser, longer if you need to. Yes. Nice, and then rebend your knee. Rebend your knee. Move the strap to the side. Let's start off by bringing the left knee into chest first. Knee to chest. Just give it a little squeeze and then bring the strap around the arch of your left foot. So taking the stretch just to the other side. Strap is long, nice. See how the elbows are in close to the rib cage? Nice. And we're not bringing tension up into neck or shoulders. Good. And then once again, engage the front of the leg by pressing the thigh forward slightly away from your face. Good. Straightening out the leg a little more, maybe stacking the leg over a hip eventually. Deepening the stretch by taking the right heel forward. Toes up towards ceiling. Nice. Breathing deeply into the back of your hamstring. Good. Just a few deep breaths here. One more breath, softening on every exhale. Rebending the knee, moving the strap to the side. Feet come down to the ground. And let's take a really nice, short, sweet Shavasana. So scoot down onto your mat. Straighten out your legs. Allow your legs to extend forward. Allow your arms to come down by your sides with the palms turned up. Make as much space and room between your arms and your body as you need. Move the head to the right and to the left, and then find a nice, comfortable, neutral position. Good. Shoulder blades close around your back, and your chest lifts slightly.